Hi, my name's Julie, and I work at the Milford Public Library here in Milford, Indiana. And we've been taking turns recommending some staff picks, and this month it's my turn. But before I tell you about some books that I read last year, I would like to let you know for the last 6 weeks I've been working on 2020 annual reports. And I thought some of the information was pretty interesting. I hope you find it the same way. According to our annual report, we spent $27,184 on collection development. So that means for every collection we have in the library, books, magazines, books on CD, teens, children's department, adults, all of it, we spent over $27,000. That means that every week we have something new at the library. So for a library our size, that's really a great thing. So there's always something new at the library. Our total circulation for last year was 38,643, which I also think is pretty awesome considering the fact that it was COVID and we were open for 40 weeks last year, so we were closed for several weeks due to COVID. So I thought that those were good statistics to share with everybody. And I don't know, I love to read. I probably could have narrowed this down, but I didn't. These are some of the books that I really enjoyed last year. Some of the authors, this was an author I had never read before. Her name is Celeste Ning. And the name of the book is Little Fires Everywhere. You may have heard about or watched the miniseries they did on Hulu with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington playing the two main characters of the story. But this story is about a town called Shaker Heights. And it really made me stop and think, because the two main characters are both good people, but they make a lot of assumptions about other people in the story, and it really made me stop and think about how easy it is to do that even if you have best intentions. So really good. If you have Hulu, I would suggest you watch it. It was a good mini series. I watched that too. This series is the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. It was started by Stieg Larson. He wrote the first 3 books in this series. Then sadly, he died unexpectedly. And this gentleman, David Lagercrantz, took over writing the series, and he really has a very similar writing style to Mr. Larson. So this is one of the best series of books I've ever read. I really enjoy it. I love Robert Ludlum and spy things and all that. So the main character in this book is a girl or a young woman named Lisbeth Salander, and she can do things with technology that most of us only dream about. There is no security system she can't hack. And it talks about her relationship with a journalist named Michael Bloomquist. And there's several movies based on this series of books. If you're interested, we have the movies. But if you like spy novels and lots of action and there's a mystery to be solved, usually in each one, I would highly recommend this series of books. Janet Evonavich has been one of my favorite authors for 25 years probably, and she writes several different series, but my favorite series that she has is the Stephanie Plum series, where Stephanie Plum she works on bringing people in if they jump bail, and her whole family is interesting. She has a best friend who works with her, Lula, and she's very interesting to say the least. These books, when I read them, they make you laugh out loud. I mean, they're just really clever. It says, "My name is Stephanie Plum, and I'm a fugitive apprehension agent in Trenton, New Jersey. I'm not especially brave, so you would think I'd pretty much stay out of trouble. Unfortunately, I usually ignore the obvious signs of danger and stumble into something ugly with the potential for disaster. And, you know, her grandma carries a gun in her purse and loves to go to the funeral home to see the latest person that she knows who's passed away, and grandma's always causing some kinds of problems. But these books start with One for the Money, and I believe this one's 27 in the Stephanie Plum series. But if you like these, she does have other series you can read. This is a series that Sharon Fouts recommended to me when she worked here. It's by Linda Castillo, and it's about an Amish woman who is no longer Amish, and she's become chief of police. The character's name is Katie Burkholder, and it's really interesting because, you know, she's a sheriff in this Amish community, but a lot of the Amish don't want to trust her because she's no longer Amish. I really enjoy them, and I think this might be 7 or 8. The first one in this series is Sworn to Silence, and it says on there a Kate Burkholder story, so that was another one. This one is an author I've recently discovered. She's been around for a while, but I hadn't read any of her books until I read the book The Great Alone. And I highly recommend that book if you enjoy Where the Crawdad Sings. That was another author, but it's that kind of story. If you enjoyed that, you would definitely enjoy Kristin Hannah. This is her absolute newest one. I just took it out of the box. It's not even cataloged yet. The Four Winds. And this one takes place in Texas to start out in 1921, and it talks about Dust Bowl type things. So this is a woman who pretty much feels like all of her options are very limited, and she has to decide if she's gonna take a big chance and move and maybe fall in love. So I really enjoyed hers. I recommend The Great Alone. I liked Nightingale. That was one that I read. That one's about World War II. That was really good. Firefly Lane. That was a really good one about women's friendship between a couple of ladies that grew up on the same street. These are just a few of the terrific series that we have at the library. Everyone here in the library that works here, we all read. We're just dying for you to ask us for help to find a book. We're more than happy to do that. If you check out 2 or 3 books, you start one and you find out that it's not your cup of tea, close it and bring it back because we have more. So we're hoping that you will come in and ask about these books, and I hope I see you in February. Cuddle up with a good book and stay warm and healthy.